Hello and welcome to Maple Flavored Yoga. My name is Andy and this is Dr. Claw. In this video, we are going to be going over mountain pose, also known as Tadasana in Sanskrit. If you found your way to this channel, make sure that you subscribe, like, and I'd love to hear from you, so leave a comment below. These small actions help support me in continuing making free yoga content. So as always, we'll come into this moment, allowing ourselves to really enter this space. And as always, I would like to send my gratitude to the creators and cultivators of yoga, the people of South Asia, for without their gift of this practice, we wouldn't have it to share together. If your eyes were closed, you can blink them open, taking in your surroundings. And maybe you have a cute pet on your lap too. They're so lovely, aren't they? So with this class, we're just going to go over some alignment and what the pose is going to feel like in your body, though that will change from day to day certainly. But it's a good review for those who have practiced yoga before. Sometimes we can create our own shortcuts, and it's kind of a nice moment to take to reintroduce ourselves to these poses that we do very often, and sometimes we don't really allow the full scope and gifts that they have to offer us. So this will bring some awareness back into that. And if you've never done yoga before, don't worry, we're going to go through all the little minute details so that you can feel confident going into your first class. And when the teacher says mountain pose or Tadasana, you know what you're in for. So we're gonna have to get up. Sorry, Dr. Claw. I know, I'm a big meanie. So Tadasana is typically done at the top of the mat, but it doesn't have to be. It can be done anywhere. So for Tadasana, your feet are typically hip-width apart. And with mountain pose, it's important to have your corners of your feet really connected to your mat or the earth or a blanket or whatever you're using. Your toes should be nice and light. Oftentimes when I do mountain pose in class, I actually find that my toes are lifted. One of the things with mountain pose is there should be some traction almost between your feet so that the arches lift. So your foot is really active, making sure that your foot has a really good connection, that the corners are really nailed down to the mat, will create the musculature in your feet to become really active, and that will lift the arches of your feet. This is good for people that have flat feet like myself. So if you have kind of flat duck feet like me, do some mountain pose. That'll help build up that muscle, the musculature in your feet. So with this as well, our belly button is pulled to the spine gently. There's no clenching or anything, but it's just to make sure that we have a nice neutral spine. We don't want to have a really big curve in our low back. We don't want to be curled through like this. So maybe if you are someone who has a low back that tends to tilt your pelvis, you might need to do it the opposite way. We want to have this nice, even distribution from our front to back body. So it really depends on your body. So our core is active, toes are light, feet are activated. Hands are down by our sides, palms are facing forward. We have a nice, tall spine. Our shoulders are not necessarily pulling away from our ears, but they're relaxed. If you notice that your shoulders are way up by your ears, you're gonna need to glide your shoulders just a little bit of ways, but we don't need to be really pushing our shoulders down really hard as well. That can be a cue that can be misunderstood in a lot of yoga classes. A teacher will say, roll your shoulders away from your ears, and that can also be creating a lot of tension that we don't want. So nice long spine. Right now we have two different opposing energy forces in our body. We want to be growing into the ground in our legs, so our legs' energy are pushing down into the earth, but our neck is growing nice and long. So our upper body is trying to grow up to the sky. So this is one of those really subtle activations in our body that creates this, I don't want to say tension, but this activation of all the different muscles in your body when the energy is being pushed out the bottom of your feet and out of the top of your head. It's like every muscle is just like, oh, okay, we're here for you. We're gonna give it what we can, but in a nice way. There should be no clenching, no tension, nothing like that. It's just this very awareness that comes to all the little fibers in your muscles. Also, in your mountain pose, all of your chakras or your energy centers are aligned. So when we're in this pose, it really allows the transfer of energy between the chakras through the Sushumna Nadi, which is a large energetic column that moves energy and prana throughout our being. So you can close your eyes here if that feels good, but if you want to keep them open, by all means do that as well. Try both. Really allowing that steady inhale and exhale breath. This is a really beautiful grounding energy. This is a really beautiful grounding energy. So if you're feeling really overwhelmed, or maybe you're just really busy and you kind of feel like a ping pong ball, you can utilize mountain pose. It's very accessible. You can do it pretty much anywhere, anytime. You can do it in the line at the grocery store, or while you're cooking dinner, or etc., etc. The options are endless. So become the mountain when you need to. Something that I know I tend to do is I accidentally start to rock forward. So it's something I need to be mindful of. Maybe there's other people who tend to rock back on their heels a little bit. So trying to find that balance, that never-ending practice. Your eyes were closed, you can blink them open. We'll make our way slowly back down to seated. Look who it is. And you can close your eyes here, or keep them open, but just allow yourself to feel whatever mountain pose stirred up within you. Maybe you're feeling really calm. I know that's usually what I feel, is this very steady, calm, strong sensation. If your eyes were closed, you may blink them open. I want to thank you so much for allowing me to assist in your yoga practice or yoga exploration, whatever you want to call it. And wherever this life takes you, know that you are seen, you are loved, and you are divine. Take care.